the government shutdown, but it has just enough resources to operate this 1 week only. Now, the agency estimates nearly 14,500 employees would be furloughed if the standoff continues past this week. Let's bring in Gary Morton, an environmental protection specialist with the agency, also president of the agency's local chapter in Philadelphia. Gary, big welcome to you. And look, I know that you've come head to head here with the Trump administration, calling proposed budget cuts for the EPA witch hunt. How about this shutdown? Is this, in your mind, about the president and Republicans, or is it about the Democrats not willing to budge?
I'm going to say it's about our leaders, elected leaders in Washington, who we vote for and put confidence and have faith in to run our government. It's because of their actions that we are not able to work. And it's holding the American federal employees hostage and also holding the American public hostage because we serve the American public.
And Gary, let me tell people how you serve here. With what you do, you help to oversee the underground storage tanks, and that's pretty darn important because you've got over 500,000 of them across this country. They need to be inspected and kept from any sort of hazardous substances because once those things, if they get compromised, that attacks all of the groundwater. And that's what, that's the source for what nearly half of all Americans, how they drink. So how does this affect you, your inability to do your job and give us the peace of mind as American citizens that we can drink the water cleanly?
Well, and that's one of the things I wanted to talk about because the unions have long felt that the complete story is not being told. The employees want to protect the environment. We want to serve the American people. But we're not being allowed, and this is a lockout. So myself, as an underground storage tank enforcement officer, inspections won't be allowed. I won't be allowed to go out and check the public and make sure that the groundwater is not contaminated.
When's that going to happen,
Make sure
Gary?
there's not leaking at the gas stations.
When does that happen?
Yes.
Do you have just 1 week to continue making sure that we all have safe, clean drinking water? And what happens after a week from now?
Will be off the job. The environmental policeman, the Environmental Protection Agency will be removed from service. And we all know what happens when the cop on the beat is not on duty. That's why I wanted to tell you about a campaign AFGE is working to inform the public. And you can get that information on SaveTheUSEPA.org. And we can tell the whole story about how the federal workers want to protect the environment, want to serve the American citizens, but aren't being allowed.
Gary, are you hearing anything from EPA Administrator Scott Pruitt about where they're looking to find some funding so you can continue doing your work?
No, we have not heard. The only thing we did hear was that we would have funding until February. But I'm very concerned because also environmental regulations are being repealed. The American public needs to be protected. We are the Environmental Protection Agency, and first and foremost, our job is to protect human health and the environment. And when you repeal our laws and take away our teeth, we're not allowed to keep the American people healthy and safe. And that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that you're safe, your children are safe, your children's children, generations to come, because Americans deserve clean air, clean water, the same as every person in the world.
Gary Morton, I absolutely agree with you, and I hope that your voice is being heard loud and clear. Thank you very much for joining me. Best of luck getting back on the job, because we need you. Let's get to some new reaction to reports about alleged hush money paid to adult film star Stormy Daniels from a lawyer for President Trump. A report suggesting that she had an alleged sexual encounter with Mr. Trump. Well, I asked Reverend Franklin Graham